Hey everybody, it's Amanda with Parkhurst New Vision. Great to see all you guys again. We are here with Fox29, who's going to be doing a live LASIK video. So let's go ahead and tune in with them. I'm going to be following them around, so just a few seconds.
During the first portion, and then we'll step inside for the second portion. Absolutely. Here's Cynthia. She walks in right now. She's getting ready for her procedure. You'll see how fast, how quick, and easy this is. And Jesse, tell us a little bit about what they're going over with the patient right now.
Yeah, so LASIK is composed of two steps. So the first step is the first platform that you see right in front of you, the white equipment that you see right in front of you. So this is where we create the flap. So now we see Cynthia being laying down right in the LASIK Max. And then once we create the flaps, and I'll go in more detail what the flaps are, we'll have Cynthia move to the second laser, which is in the back of the room, and that's where we lift the flaps, and that's where we make the corrections.
Fantastic. And so, how long is this going to take, really, from beginning to end?
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. That's amazing. And will they start to see differently right then, or is it going to take a while?
It varies from patient to patient. A lot of the patients have the first thing they say is the texture on the wall is the first thing they notice. It's like, I just thought it was a gray wall.
Morning, sir.
The first thing is
How are you?
texture.
Here, Dr. Parkhurst. Good to see you. So we'll be talking her through the whole thing. You'll be able to see it and see that she's pretty comfortable. Do you have any last minute questions for me?
Not right now.
Okay, she's going to do great.
Okay. So one of the things Dr. Parkhurst does is he, and hello, Dr. Parkhurst.
I'm Jesse.
Is he talks
I'll be
to
explaining
the
to you
family.
what's happening in there.
You see Jesse's going to walk the family through everything that's going on right now.
questions?
We're actually doing dueling Facebook Lives. We also on we got two of them going at the same time.
Yes,
So
very excited.
Dr. Parkhurst right now is preparing the procedure. One of the interesting things is the University of Encana Word School is right next door. And so you'll see some of their students in here in the learning environment as well.
All right, well, I'm going to talk you through every step of the way here. It's going to take us probably about 8 to 10 minutes. And the experience
So the first thing that we need to know is LASIK is composed of LASIK is composed of two steps. The first step is the first laser, which is a Mucimax, is going to create a flap. A flap is a bandage made of our own tissue of cornea. It's a semicircle, and that basically will help her heal faster. The flap itself is going to be separated by oxygen. We're going to use, we don't use any blades. So it's all advanced technology. It's going to separate the tissue by placing oxygen bubbles in between the tissue of cornea. So we create a semicircle, which is the flap. We lift the flap. And the second laser, which is the one in the back of the room, that's where we make the correction. It's a removal of tissue. It's basically correcting the refractive error. Refractive error translates to blurry vision, and be able to distinguish letters or colors, and be able to see fine print and whatnot. So the second laser really is the one that makes that correction. Okay. This particular step is basically where we call the docking of the patient, and it's basically making sure that we are center and that we come into focus, and you see that in a minute. Is making sure that we have the cornea right in place for the laser to create the flap.
Now, if you're watching right now and you have any questions, feel free to ask them here on the Facebook Live session, and we will answer them for you.
There's a phone number too if they want to give us a call. It's 210-615-9358. Our phone agents are on standby if they have any questions.
Thank you, Jesse.
So you'll see her iris coming to focus in the little screen, and then you'll see the magnified screen on that side. So before all of this, we go through a prep time. So we go through anesthetic drops, we give a happy pill, we go over instructions. So way before the patient arrives to the surgical suite, we go through instructions, and we go through obviously the pre-op and prep instructions and drops and whatnot. You see in the screen right now, the white film that went over the screen, that's oxygen. That oxygen was
Bubbles?
Those were placed in layers between the cornea, creating that semicircle flap that we're trying to create right here. That flap is going to be lifted in the second laser, and then it's going to be put back where it belongs to help her heal faster. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Well, I heard you say it takes like 10 minutes.
Dr. Parker's had PRK about 14 years ago. So one of the philosophies that he really strong about is helping the family, the one behind the window, to understand what happens in there. You know, let them know exactly what step by step and that's why I'm here today. So that way you have every piece of information that you may need. We know that's your loved one, and we want to make sure that you are
Yes.
aware of what's happening in there and that you
How much has this changed since the first time they came out with the laser surgery?
There's been about 5 generations of lasers, and this is the newest and most advanced technology. The first generation of LASIK was through a blade, so they used to use RK or CK, and they would use blades. And up to maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they used to use a blade to make the flap. That technology is almost obsolete, so we don't utilize that technology completely at Parker's New Vision. We use the latest, which is all laser-based technology. You see the oxygen going over?
Yes. I think what it will be, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about what's going on, feel free to ask.
Perfect. So both flaps were graded. So now we're going to ask her to go to the next surgical bed, which is the next laser.
So that was just one eye or both eyes?
Both eyes. That was quick, huh?
So that's it for the first step, huh, Jesse?
The first step has been already accomplished, which is the creation of flaps. Now we're going to ask Cynthia to go to the next platform, and that we're going to lift the flaps, and the second laser will make that correction.
All right, let's go watch that happen right now.
So the first step is complete already, and what we've done now is just kind of prepared her eyes for the vision correction part. As you can see, it takes about 10 seconds or so per eye. She was explaining she didn't really feel anything. Most people describe kind of an interesting laser light show, almost like a Pink Floyd concert, kind of a certain, kind of a experience. There's a blue dome up there, and these different color lights. There's a bright white ring that they look into, and then this kind of green blinking light. You could probably see the green blinking light on the screen.
Right.
So that's all you have to do, just kind of look at that light for a few seconds, and then next thing you know, it's done. So that's the first step, and we're going to do the second step.
And Dr. Parkers, we had a question here right now that asked you, is she under any kind of sedation right now?
Yes, in fact, she was saying she feels real comfortable. She had a pill to go to like a mini Twilight Zone. So you feeling pretty comfortable? Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, it's just a mild sedation. As you can see, it's not like general anesthesia with a breathing tube and all that. But it's just kind of a comfortable state of mind. I think that's why the Pink Floyd reference comes out too. So, okay, well, I'm going to let you kind of settle your head down, and if you want to scoot down maybe a couple of inches, there you go. Beautiful. So you can see some more bright lights up there. And very good. So, yeah, it's almost like a football stadium lights. So, and then Cindy, just looking straight ahead there, you can kind of see football stadium lights, but also a green light again blinking in the middle. And what I'd like you to do is look towards that green blinking light. Yeah, perfect. And then I've got your little eyelid over there. Beautiful. Yeah. Excellent. So just and then just looking straight ahead towards that green blinking light. And confirm OD, please. Okay, perfect. So what we're doing here with Cindy is treating not only the far vision, but also the close vision. There's this old myth that with LASIK we can only fix for far or near, and people have to trade distance for reading glasses, but this is no longer the case with modern technology. We're able to fix both. So just looking straight ahead there towards that green blinking light. And then if you could give us just a little bit more room there. Okay, perfect. So just looking straight ahead there towards that green blinking light. Perfect. And then both eyes. eyes wide open. And then Cindy just looking straight ahead towards the green light in the middle. I'm going to dim these other lights down a little bit. Okay, perfect. So just watching that green light there. You see the green light, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to have both eyes open and stare at that green light. Here we go. Perfect. Just continue to watch the green. You're doing great. Everything is beautiful. Watch the green light. Great job. Keep it on the green. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, excellent. So the laser treatment is finished now. And you did great. You can kind of hear that noise. Did you feel anything with it, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
Didn't feel anything at all. So you can kind of, you can obviously hear it. It sounds like a mosquito or something.
It's nervous.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of the smell of it too. So it's perfect. You did great. So we're already finished with the right eye. And so you can see it just takes a matter of seconds. So about the length of time it takes to put a contact in your eye is how quickly you can have it fixed once and for all, which is kind of nice. And a couple drops to ensure proper healing here. And we're going to switch over to the left side. Beautiful, great job. Anesthetic drops here on the left eye, please. Thank you very much. Excellent. And then just look straight ahead up there, see if you can find that green light again. Confirm OS.
-350, -quarter, -170.
So it's a trial and error. We just make, triple and quadruple check all the numbers so that we're putting the prescription to fix your vision all the way. And then once again, look straight ahead there towards that green blinking light. Beautiful. Cindy, how long have you been considering to get LASIK surgery? Is this a recent decision, or you've been thinking about it a long time? Long time, huh? What was the thing that finally made you decide, you know what, now's the time for me?
The last time I went to the optometrist to get my eyeglasses changed, I told him I wanted LASIK, and he told me if I could just hold off a couple of years, that would come out with a new procedure.
Right.
So I seen it on the news.
Oh, right, about the raindrop, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the one that can fix both the far and the near vision. Beautiful. Okay, great. So just looking straight ahead. And we are ready to get started here. Yeah, just watch the green light. Here we go. Beautiful. Great job. Excellent. Okay, we're good. Yep, so that's it with the laser treatment. So yeah, the technology has advanced a lot. In the past, we could only treat nearsightedness. Now we can treat including astigmatism, and so that means people don't have to wear glasses for far or close. You did awesome. Everything went super easy and no issues. Okay, great. All is well. So I'm going to put a couple of drops on your eye here. Beautiful. Now in the beginning your vision's going to be a little bit watery, hazy, kind of like your eyes are open under a swimming pool. And that will clear throughout the day. So I'll come in a little bit more this afternoon and then we can get ready tomorrow.
If anybody watching this,
welcome.
feel free to ask. So the procedure is over, Dr. Parkers?
Yes, it is. Everything went perfectly. So you can see it's 2 steps. The first step, we prepare the eye for the vision correction, and then the second step, we actually do that. Each laser treatment's a matter of about 5 or 10 seconds. And you can see, Cindy's not having any kind of pain or discomfort. Can you see a little bit already, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you feel any difference or anything yet, Cindy?
I can see difference.
Is it surprising?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, you did awesome. So go ahead and place your chin right over there. All right. Valium is surely helpful. So, okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Everything looks absolutely perfect. You can go ahead and sit back. Okay. Cool. Can you see the jersey over there?
Yes, I can. 21,
Tim Duncan. All right, great. Well, you did awesome. So best thing to do now is go home and sleep for a couple hours.
Okay.
You're probably not having any kind of pain or discomfort at the moment because the anesthetic is still working. That usually will wear off in about 10 or 15 minutes. So you may feel a little bit stingy burning for a couple hours. Give you some comfort drops to use. That'll take the edge off a little bit. The main thing is just sleeping it off for the next 2 or 3 hours. Also, we'll give you some goggles to protect your eyes. It's important that you don't rub them. And then we'll check you over here late this afternoon to make sure everything's looking like it's supposed to.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, way to go.
Yay, congratulations.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Well, that was amazing, Dr. Parker. That was really from it's so simple, actually, it seems like.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into vision correction in terms of preparation and planning and all the equipment that's needed. Not only on the treatment side but also on the diagnostic side. So you didn't see all the workup that got us to the point of the procedure today. But once all the testing is done and a person's ensured that they're a great candidate, then we're kind of ready to go. And the procedure itself is pretty straightforward. Especially for surgeons that have done this a lot.
Right. And for her to be able to have a conversation with you the entire time you were
Yeah. Yeah. Since y'all were here today, we were kind of talking about some particulars of the procedure, but oftentimes we're discussing, are you going to go to the game this weekend? How are you going to enjoy your new vision with your new eyes tomorrow? A lot of times it's, getting ready to go to the football game tomorrow and not have to mess with lugging the contacts along to the hotel and the solutions and everything else.
Yeah.
Just even able to get regular sunglasses is a big thing for a lot of people because the prescription sunglasses are so expensive. So simple things like that you often don't think of. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We can often have a conversation about, and I try to do that just because it takes, people are a little bit anxious and oftentimes a little bit nervous during the procedure, but if we can have a conversation around just comfortable things like, what the kids are up to this weekend, they start to realize that next thing you know, it's over.
Hey, Dr. Parker, Elma Benavides just commented. She said you did her lens implants in 2014.
Hi, Alma.
And she said it was a great experience. Now she doesn't need glasses or contacts. And I think that's a great point she brings up about this procedure versus glasses and contacts. I mean, not only, it's going to make your life a lot easier, but price-wise, how do they compare?
Yeah, well, absolutely. So what a lot of people don't realize is that the cost, especially of contact lenses, the cost of contacts over many years when you consider the solutions and the backup glasses and the daily disposal, which are the safest kind, that ends up adding up. So on average, the procedure pays for itself in about 4 to 5 years, just in the cost of contact lenses. So yeah, it's a major benefit for people, and as Elma pointed out, there's more than one way to do vision correction these days. I mean, as you saw here, this was LASIK, and that's the most common procedure that's still done. But it's not the only way. There's a variety of different types of implant lenses out there, and other technologies such as the raindrop inlay, which is what we were discussing earlier today.
And tell me more about the raindrop inlay.
Yeah, so the raindrop inlay is a procedure that is designed to correct just the age-related loss of zoom up-close vision. And I'm 39 now, so this is about to happen to me because it starts in the early 40s. I haven't noticed it yet, but I know I will soon. And what people end up doing is they have to hold things out a little further to focus, and pretty soon their arm's not long enough anymore. And so they break down and get reading glasses. This is the same age for people that never decided to get LASIK when they were younger, and they're still in glasses. This is the age when they get their first pair of bifocals and trifocals. It makes people frustrated, makes them kind of feel their age, not happy about that. So there's a new way to fix that now so that they don't have to wear reading glasses or bifocals. And that's what the raindrop inlay does. And with that technology, it is not a trade-off like there was in the past. In the past, if you wanted to see close, if you were over 40, then you had to trade distance and vice versa. With this newer technology, you can restore your reading in your near and your close vision, and you don't have to give up distance vision to accomplish that. So that's the major advantage of the raindrop. And there's a couple of other technologies. There's an inlay called the camera inlay, which does the same thing very well. There's a variety of different types of implant lenses that can allow people to see near and far. So there's several different ways to do this, and the key is fitting the right procedure to the right individual. So really the only way that we know which of these technologies fits each person best is to do an examination here in the office where we've got several diagnostic tools that helps us look at things like what the prescription is, what's the health and thickness of the cornea, what's the length of the eye, all these different things allow us to pick the right procedure for the right individual. But it's rare nowadays that a person doesn't qualify for something. There's usually going to be something with the modern technology that can get them out of glasses and contacts.
We got a question from Leroy and Jenny Beach. They said, if you had LASIK for vision like 17 years ago, but now they're having to use cheaters for up close, is that treatable?
It is, and exactly what we were just talking about. So these corneal inlay procedures can be done even at the same time of LASIK or after LASIK, so in the past. So LASIK itself, which you all saw today, does a great job at fixing distance vision. But then in our 40s, we're all going to go through that aging change. So some people are thinking, my LASIK's wearing off or my LASIK's giving out. And that's not what it is. It's just the age-related loss of zoom vision for up close. And there is a way to fix that. And oftentimes it's by placing this technology called an inlay. And that can maintain the LASIK vision that you still have for distance, but at the same time restore the close-up vision.
Now, if you're going to go ahead and get this procedure, is there anything special that the patient should know or do beforehand?
Well, the main thing is just a matter of coming in and letting us discuss your particular situation, what your particular needs are. We do have a way where you can actually schedule a free consultation online. That's usually about a 45 or 60-minute appointment where we just kind of hear from you, what your issues are, what you're trying to accomplish. We do a few different scans and pictures on the eye, and that helps us understand what your anatomical needs and shapes are, so that we can find which one of the several different technologies is the best solution in your particular case. So main thing is just, either book online or give us a call here at the office, and we'll find a time to come, and you get a chance to meet with me, and we'll just, see what's going on with you and what we can do to help.
And if anybody wants to call, the number to call from anywhere that you're watching this right now is 844-834-2020. You see I'm having to move this away?
Yeah.
See the problem, guys? That's 844-834-2020,
Right.
or sanantonio-lasik.com. And one of the questions that we get a lot is there can you be too young or can you be too old for one of these procedures, or what do you if I hit 60 years old, am I outside the range or what?
Okay, so you cannot be too old, but you can be too young.
Gotcha.
So we don't do these procedures in children, for example, just because with physical growth, as kids are growing, their eyes are growing and changing. So we wait until kids are full-grown adults, and for about 90% of kids, that means by the age of 18. In fact, this laser technology is FDA approved starting at age 18, with the assumption that the prescription has stopped changing and physical growth is complete. So that's one thing that we always confirm. If we do this in 18, 19, 20-year-old, we look at the prescription from the last couple of years, and once it has stabilized, then a person's eligible to have a procedure. So on the other end of the age spectrum, there's really no age that's too old for this. Now, it probably will mean that we do a particular procedure. So we do different procedures in 20-year-olds than we do in 40-year-olds that we do in 60-year-olds. But there's almost at almost any age in adulthood where people can get out of glasses. I mean, I've treated people in their 90s before. Actually, I treated a patient yesterday who's 92.
Wow.
And we did a lens implant, kind of like what Elma chimed in earlier.
Right.
Mentioned that she had something similar to that. So there's laser technologies, and then there's implant lenses that are custom fit to a person's prescription. And those lenses are treating not just far vision, but even close vision.
Was there any other questions that came in from anybody that you see? That's it. That's all the questions. Was there anything else you wanted to add? One thing I did want to ask you about. I've noticed that University in Incarnate Word is right next door, and it seems you have a relationship with them. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we do a lot of teaching, and what we're finding now is that optometrists in the community are finding that vision correction procedures can be, in many cases, a big benefit to their patients. So we're teaching optometrists here in the university how to present these technologies to their patients in the future, and also how to take care of them not only on the before side but on the after side. So we teach a 1-month rotation. Every student who goes through the UIW optometry school spends a month here in the vision correction practice. They learn about all the different procedures and also how to talk to patients about what the technologies are, and then learn how to take care of them afterwards. So our relationship is primarily just teaching the community so that there's good awareness around what some of the procedures are.
I think one of the cool things is that you get to pick your own music. Is that true?
That's right.
And so everybody picks their own music. Come here and have you had any crazy music ever or anything?
It's funny that you ask, because we do. So here in Texas, we get a lot of people that are asking for country or George Strait or something like that. It's a common one that we often hear. A couple of weeks ago, somebody asked for Drake, and so we were playing Drake, and we didn't have a filter on the obscene language. We're like, yeah, I cut that off. so we had to kindly ask if it would be okay if we could switch to something. But yeah, we let people listen to the music that they like to listen to at home, and if they don't have a preference, then it's surgeon's choice, and I usually choose either Aerosmith or George Strait.
All right, so we see where you're at. Okay. I also think it's pretty amazing that you have a narrator for the family as they're watching the procedure right here in the lounge. I guess the lounge or the watching room, whatever you call it. And he walks everybody right through it. And I guess so. He knows this whole thing inside and out as well, right?
Right. Well, we often, especially here in South Texas, a lot of people will bring their family with them to observe and learn. And so there's plenty of room to bring kind of the whole family and the kids and grandma and everybody else. And I think the patients just feel comfortable that way, and the family does too, because anytime you're considering a procedure anywhere in the body, but especially your eyes, your eyes are so critical, vision is so precious, that you want to make sure that people are comfortable, and so you can kind of see through the window. It's almost like a table in the kitchen where you can kind of see a behind-the-scenes view of exactly how it's happening, and I think that just makes people feel comfortable that they're family members in good hands, and they should be confident that these procedures are going to work for them.
Well, Dr. Parker, so I know you're a busy guy, and you got more of these procedures to do today. I appreciate you taking this time with us today to actually, let everybody see that this is basically a painless procedure. I didn't see Cindy having even any discomfort at all in the whole thing. And so we appreciate making this maybe a little more relatable to everybody else. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's been great. Appreciate y'all coming out.
Thanks.
Take care.
And just again, this is Parker's New Vision. And you can reach, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to call. It's 844-834-2020. Once again, the number is 844-834-2020. It's Parker's New Vision, online, sanantonio-lasik.com. Thanks everybody who tuned in or turned on or whatever the right word is on Facebook Live. We'll do more of these soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in with me again. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below. We'll get it all answered. We've got all of our counselors kind of hanging out and answering questions. So just let us know. Have a good day. Our office line again, 210-615-9358. Don't hesitate to give us a call. Again, Amanda, we've got Jenny, Dave, and everybody standing by. So just let us know. Talk to you soon. Bye.